This is going to be a quick demo on the Splunk app for robotic process monitoring, a solution for RPA. At the top of the application, we have persona-based insights such as ROI and savings for anyone looking to understand the cost savings of the RPA implementation. The COE insights are for the Circle of Excellence operations team to understand the platform performance and reliability. The RPA security overview here provides a lens into bot authentications, permissions, and accesses. The IT operations view takes a look specifically at the resources running those robots and orchestrators. And then we have a self-service RPM app configuration guide here that allows you quick access to links to configure the app and add notifications. And then we have a dashboards tab here that gives you specific access to the dashboard code to allow it to customize it for yourself. Now each of the dashboards will have a time series picker so that you can look at all time as a aggregated view, or you can look at business views such as month over month or year over year. Now, what happens behind the scenes is a calculation that will derive how much money has been saved for your processes that you have automated. We break those down into automation hours as the robots run. We collect that data within the index. And we actually break that data into two different robot types, which are attended and unattended, so that you can see those workflows as well. We then in this panel provide you insight into those processes and how much money has been saved per automated process, so you have direct access into your most popular processes. And then time saved per process as well, so gaining back some of those hours to use on higher level tasks. Now you can come down here and fully calculate your process names. You can also insert the manual time, the hourly cost, the full-time employee costs, dev costs, and we provide in the app the ability to fully customize this table. Now inside of this editor here, you can quickly add your process name, all of the characteristics, and Splunk will automatically generate the runtime in seconds and runtime in hours. You have the ability to edit these inline inside of Splunk to calculate the math based on the runtime of the robots. You can import your spreadsheet, you can export these to share with others, so full accessibility to that, and then save the lookup table as you would like it to run, and this dashboard will constantly keep up as your robots process automations. The Circle of Excellence Insight is the main portion of the app. We really want to ensure the reliability, performance, and security of your RPA platform so that these business critical processes never go without a hiccup. Here we're able to select views over a given time period. We can aggregate. By default, we look at all bots to give you a high-level view of how every bot is operating, but we do provide you the ability to search and filter in on single bots. The top left panel here is doing a full calculation of the bots that you have running inside of your RPA, and also the number of events that those bots are creating. In the second panel here, we look specifically at the bots that have produced error messages and the ability to see over a time series which bots were more error prone. In the top right, we have a queue error, so we can actually look at the queues that are running on the RPA platform to determine which queues are error. On the left here, we do some statistical calculations to be able to look at the processes themselves and aggregate those across bots. So you can quickly see which processes have an error count, and then aggregate those values into a total count on the right panel to understand which bots and which processes have recently been in an error state. We also give a look into the RPA platform to understand the exceptions. We can quickly show you business, technical, null value exceptions, and provide that over a time series so that you can quickly correlate with the other data points to triage and troubleshoot. Specifically in this panel, we look at the process errors outside of the bot to understand which processes may be error prone, which are the top, and what kind of correlation it has with other processes running in a same time frame. And we can find gaps or periods of time when perhaps resources or the virtual machine may have been the cause of process errors. In the bottom, we give full access to a wealth of information. We've extracted all of the information about the bots, the process name, but we also provide the Circle of Excellence and developers access to the raw logs that are coming off of your RPA platform. The aggregated view is nice, but we can also do a very deep dive into a given bot. By selecting your bot, you can then snap the entire dashboard to look at specific insights and dimensions around that bot's execution of queues, automations, and tasks. Here we see that we have all of this valuable insight into that particular bot. We can troubleshoot and triage. Within a few clicks, we have the ability to get to root cause of a particular error condition and provide the developer and the Circle of Excellence team with the raw logs, statistics, and time series data across multi-dimensions of the RPA platform. This provides a troubleshooting mechanism within a few clicks to solve any problem. If we want to look into a particular day, we can drill down and actually click on a day and then take that 24-hour time period and actually break it into a smaller set of hour timestamps across a given robot. Here we see that we have a very detailed time as we drill down into that specific day. We have the error counts as well as annotations of what particular exceptions may have happened to give those level of insights to understand errors as they correlate with the RPA platform. There are toggles here to go through the developer-defined messages or the system-defined messages, or look at them all as an aggregate view. We also want to provide visibility into the CPU, memory, and disk of these machines that are running at a given time so that we can ensure that the proper resource utilization was there for the bot to execute. If we snap into a particular time period that we'd like to investigate, we see that we have all of the detailed error messaging, we have the resources, and all of the annotations available to us that we can quickly solve this problem in just a few clicks. The RPA security overview gives an audit trail and an understanding of authentications for a given robot. We can look at login failures, we can look at the types of logins, we can understand over a time series when these peaks and valleys has happened, we can look for anomalous authentication behavior, we can look into the types of authentications. We can also look into the elevated permissions model of these given users, so users that have tried to gain elevated access, which may be a sign of a compromised bot. And quickly be able to provide access into those user logins, which servers, where they went, what they accessed inside of the RPA security view. The IT operations gives a lens into those robot machines, virtual machines, VDIs, to be able to see, aggregate across all of your bots, what is the CPU, what is the memory, disk, and what is the network bandwidth for a given bot. If you're first installing the application, you can then come to the configuration page, which acts as a self-service pointer to valuable information. Now you can customize the message in the top left for your team to understand what to do next. The top right is an architecture of the basic data flow. In the left down here is additional pointers to configuration guides to tie in notification systems such as Slack, ServiceNow, or Teams. And in the bottom right, we give you quick detailed access to documentation to set up the HTTP event collector and the universal forwarder to get data into the application. The last piece of the application is that the beauty of having all of this data inside of a Splunk index is that we can search the data, and based on any event that comes off of the RPA platform, the cloud where the robots are running, any sort of data source that is inside of Splunk, we can then take an automated action to the API inside of UiPath. The authentication framework has been fully configured for you, and it allows you to automate based on data in the Splunk index from RPA.